generally speaking. Another celebration, another royal wedding this past weekend. Yes, all eyes were turned to England. Harry and Meghan got married. A royal wedding. Isn't that beautiful? I know a lot of people don't give a damn, but others do. You know, I personally don't care, but I love everything that is beautiful. I really do. So I watched a bit of it. And you know, the dynamics and the church and the priest and the people. Look, it is beautiful. Now, you have to agree that a lot has changed in the past years. Since Victoria, Elizabeth, now it's more open. It is royalty, you know, for whatever that is worth. It is royalty. And every country had royalty before. And not many do now. And England still kept this royalty thing going. So, you know, look, it is beautiful, and why not accept it? I received a few messages asking me, Antonio, could you do a reading on these two? Like the numerology reading, the life code. I don't know if you all believe in that, but it is something very, very, very accurate. It really is. I've been doing this professionally for the past 19 years, and even today I ask myself, how does this work? I mean, I look at her, she's a 13-4, the body, the face, unbelievable. And then you look at Celine Dion, a 3. It's so crazy how numbers produce features. It's crazy. And I'm not going to go any further on this, but trust me, believe me, this is out of this world. So today I'm going to do the reading on these two individually and also the compatibility. Before I begin the reading, the analysis, I want to be a little technical with you because I know you want to know, okay, Antonio, how did you get to this conclusion? And because, I don't know, maybe you know nothing about numerology. And I found a way, or I put a way together that you can actually relate to the numbers. Okay? If I tell you that the 1 is the leader, independent, full of projects and so on, you see, you're listening to me, but it's not sticking. You're not memorizing. But if I put an animal on it, you will remember. So 1 is the, as you can see, the eagle. The eagle is a solitary. So the 1. We are going to relate number 1 with the eagle. It will be easier for you to understand the reading when I do that. Number 2 is the goose. Okay, you see, 1 is independent. The goose, they operate, they function better together in the V. Okay, so you and I, 2, you and I. Now, the 3, I relate it with the butterfly. Why? Because butterfly is all about beauty. It's all about expression. 1 with the sun, with nature. So, 3 for butterfly. Number 4, I associate the ant. The ant never stops. Work, 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 build, 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 work, 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 never stops. Never stops, never stops. Number 5, I associate with a squirrel. Why? Squirrels are full of energy. They climb trees, houses. They are so curious. It's an adventure too. So 5, adventure, curiosity, energy, squirrel. Then we go to the 6. What is the 6 about? The 6 is about love, harmony, the puppy. What does the puppy want? To be loved, to be cuddled, to be all the attention. So that's the puppy. The 6, family. It operates better when there's family. And then we go to the 7. 7 is the solitary, the independent, the tiger. Don't cross his path. Leave him alone. He will do nothing to you. So it's like the meditation, the solitary. Okay? 7 for the tiger. The 8 is the lion. The lion. It's all about power, territory. The boss. So we have the 8. The 9 is the owl. Now the owl is the teacher. Remember the teacher? Humanitarian, philanthropy, care about others. And then we have the 2 Double digits. Some numerologists call it master numbers. I don't like that. And the reason why I don't like master numbers, it's because just the word master enhances my ego. Well, I have a master number. You have a master nothing, okay? You have a vibration that you came to experience. So I chose to call them double vibration, which is the 11. And I associated with the dolphin. Why the dolphin? You see, very much like the two, they operate in groups. The dolphin is very intelligent, visionary. It can operate in groups, but also individually. And by the way, dolphins are very close to humans, as you know. Very, very intelligent, spiritual, visionary. So I associated the dolphin. And the last one, the 22, which some numerologists call it the master power number. I call it the double digit 22. And I associate the beaver. Why the beaver? Because they build structures that we wonder, how did an animal this size build such a big, huge structure? So that's what the 22 is about. Building, master builder. Build big structures. So you get an idea about the animals and the numbers. You associate them and you get a better reading by doing that. Now I'm going to start with Harry. As you can see, Harry, that's not his real name. His real name is Henry Charles Albert David. And he was born the 15th day of September 1984. Again, as you can see, I put all the animals, as you can see. So you associate. See, his journey number or life path is a 1. I put an eagle. So that's what he's about. And you know what's interesting when I look at Harry? Is that all attention is on William, the bigger brother. And actually nobody gave much for Harry. Well, he was the, I don't know what name you want to call him, but he was a party guy, probably drugs, alcohol, and go everywhere and do nothing. But that's not what I see here. You know, the world is full of surprises. So his journey number, his destiny number, his life path number is a 1. That comes from a 37. When we look at his birthday, that's a 6, the puppy. Now, do you see eagle, puppy? There's a problem here, if I can call it a problem, or should I say a challenge. See, the eagle is all about power, confidence, autonomy, vision, leadership. The puppy wants to be loved, he wants to be cuddled, hugged, and cared for. Now, when you look at his first influence, okay, his first influence, I don't know if you see the mouse, okay, and the influence is also a 6. What does this mean? It means from 0 to 35 years of age, because he's 33 now, he is very much under the energy 6. And whatever numbers he has in his code is being influenced. And this character, which is his day of birth, is very peaceful, lay back, there's no hurry, we'll see, maybe another time, procrastination. All that goes against his journey number. And if you go further to the motivation, you see it's a 7, which I have a lot to say about his 16-7 motivation number, which is also the memory. His mother, Princess Diana, was a 16-7 journey. And when I look at the name Harry, as you can see, it's also a 16-7. Interesting. I don't know what your beliefs are, But I have enough proof here that this individual, this being, is very much connected to his mother, even though his mother passed. Now, what the 6 says, the 1 and the 7 doesn't understand, and vice versa. So from 0 to 35 years of age, this individual could be a little confused. A little confused. Now, what is his potential? As you can see, his potential is a 54-9. It's all about the howl. Remember the howl? It's all about teaching. It's all about humanitarian, philanthropy, altruism. Now stick with me, because we're going to go to one point with all this. Now, when we put the 9 with the 6, we get a lot of goodness. I call it, when I design it on the board, you see you have the 6 and you have the 9. I call it angelic, okay? I call it angelic. So I have to tell you that this individual, I know it's royalty and I know a lot of you don't give a damn, but you see, whatever is in this planet, whatever is in this era, at this time, has a place here. It means something. So it's to our interest to know what it is. I can tell you that this man is a very good man. He's a very good man. And although he's probably 6th or 7th to the crown, I see different here. You know, that which you think is never going to happen, oftentimes is what happens. And when I do the reading of them both together, let's see, draw a conclusion. Now, angelic means his heart beats for others. Humanitarian, empathy, sympathy, and so on and so forth. His social image, so that's what he projects out there to people. It's an 11, as you can see, 38 to 11. It's all about, now, 16, 7, 9, and 11. For those who know about numerology, these are the numbers of spirituality. He's got the 3 of them. Curious. So his inner desires, his outer personality, his image or social image is an 11. So he wants to be known, seen as someone enlightened, someone who can help, someone who can really, really, really help. But that's not what we know about him, or maybe what the media wants us to know about him. When we look at his periods of life, now the first period is the month you were born, the second is the day, and the third is the year. So we have first period Howl, then we have the puppy, and then we have the beaver. Now the third period always tells us, or lets us know, what is the focus, where are we going with our lives. He's at 22. He was born 1984, so that's a 22. And when we connect the 24, which is the third and last period, with the last influence, which is a 4, now we know where this soul is going. But before he gets there, now he's in the 6, 0 to 35. Then 35 to 44, he goes into a 1. Into a 1. Okay. What is going to happen here? You see, when your journey number is a 1, and then you are influenced by a 1, something, you're going to be called to lead, direct, do something big. And when I put them together with Meghan. You see, if they do stay together, if they stick together, they will do something in this world. Both were born after 1980, which automatically, not all of them of course, but automatically will lead us to analyze and see, are they indigo? And I'm pretty sure they are. So they're on a mission. See, if I go out there, António, I go out there to make something happen, cause a major shift in the world. See, I don't know if it's going to be easy for me to do that. But if I'm royalty, I will be miles ahead of time. Because I'm royalty, I'm already known. Everyone knows me. So when I hear all this negativity about the royal wedding and all this bullshit, maybe you want to be careful. You know, I didn't know these two, but because of this weekend they got married, and it was a big deal. I always go and check their codes. And I was very surprised with what I found. Something bigger than we see right now is going to come out of these two. I would bet on it. This man will change a lot. He's going to change as we speak. Because Meghan, as you will see later, she's a catalyst. She will take you to places like she goes on and on and on and on and on. So when I say catalyst, that's exactly what he needed in his life, to shift his life. Harry, I like you. I like you. Just looking at who you really are. Because when you see the face, you don't see the heart. And that's the beauty about numerology, is that you get to the life code of the person. So you're not only looking at carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and water, at this mass, you're looking at the one that is driving the body. And the one that's driving the body has a mission. And the mission is written in the code, as you can see. So here we have, from 0 to 35, it says slow, like I said, 35 to 44. So it's always 35, 36 to 35, 36 to 44, 45. A 1. Now, he's challenged by a 2. He's challenged by a 2 during that period. And if I was talking to them, I'd say, well, that is a particular delicate, okay, and sensitive period. It's a 9-year period, which can cause divorce, separation, okay, even problems with the heart. It's a very, very sensitive time, 9 years. So I would say be careful. Now, he's going to be too involved in whatever is happening, whatever is coming his way. We don't know yet, but I'm telling you, something will come his way, their way. Then 44, 45 to 53, 54, he placed a 7. Now this 7 will come to reinforce his motivation 7, but also his first name. Harry is a 16-7, Henry is a 25-7. Now 7 was his mother's number. 7 is all about spirituality. It's all about the tiger. See the tiger? Sometimes Sometimes. You seem to be the black sheep of the family, the one who nobody gives nothing for. But that's not what I see here. That's not what I see here. Now, when I look at his maturity, it's a 63-9. It's a spiritual maturity. In other words, that's where he spiritually wants to reach or aim to. It's a 9. Again, Howell about teaching, helping people, altruism, philanthropy, humanitarian. So when I look at his code from, like the whole thing, intuitively, I so feel that the mission here, actually his mother had started that. She had started that. Being very close to the poor, to the needy. Very different from William. Very different. And of course all the focus, all the media is on William, was on William. But the actual, the concrete work that will happen is through this fellow. It's through this fellow. Now his specific interest is a 6. This is very, very important. The letters F, O, X are missing in his name, which are the same as Meghan, as you will see in a few minutes. Specific interest 6 is, I want to do whatever I can to build a strong family. And in his case, it's not only his family or immediate family, but the world family. Do good that will bring people together. He's got everything to bring people together. Now he got married to an incredible lady. Harry will never be seen the same way again. Never be seen the same way again. What else can I tell you about him? Well, I would like to talk about the challenges you see. 3, 2, 1, and 5. Well, the first challenge is 3. I'm not surprised. You know, scattered. I'm not saying impulsive. I don't say impulsive here, but scattered. Do this, do that. Drink this, drink that. Go with this one, go with that one. So scattered. And problems with communication. We know he was timid. Did you hear him give a speech? Not I. I haven't. 35 to 44, like I said, it's challenge 2. And challenge 2 has to do with sensitivity, has to do with relationships. So there's a big, huge transition here. Of course, that could lead to divorce, separation. Although, I don't see it. I don't see it, even though the code says yes. But when I read from above, like the whole thing speaking, I don't see that happening, okay? But nevertheless, there's not a red light, but a yellow light there to warn you. 44 to 53, it's a challenge 1. His independence, his leadership will be challenged. Now, when you look at the angelic numbers that I spoke about, what is this challenge about? I could tell him right away, the challenge is you are not able to accomplish your vision. And your vision is about saving the world, making the world a better place. Well, you can make the world a better place. Save the world, I don't know. Like I often say, Jesus Christ wasn't able, the Buddha wasn't able, Gandhi wasn't able, nobody is able. This is a school. So we're not all at the same level. We may look the same, but we're not at the same level. So he may be challenged with that, like his leadership, his goals, is to be a challenge. The other reading we do to a challenge one is being a prisoner. Like something or someone is keeping you from doing or being that which you like to do or which you like to be. Well, if he is in a position of service, then he may feel in prison because he cannot be himself. So the individuality, the independence in him is being challenged. And then we see the challenge 5 at the end. Because it's the 4th challenge, and on the other end it has an influence 4. And when I put the whole thing together, I see this challenge as positive. It will give him energy. Yes, there's a bit of impulsiveness that could come out of that, but with a 4, it's like the challenge 5 will lead you to major impulsiveness. The influence 4 will lead you to be organized, structured, like a Swiss clock. So both would be too much. So 0 degrees water and 100 degrees water. When you put them together, what do you get? 50 degrees. So it's like, I see this to be very positive. Very, very positive. And of course, to reinforce my analysis, my opinion, is the year he was born. It was the year 22, which is his 3rd and last period of life. Now, this individual, again, will do things, will cause a shift, and he will surprise you and will surprise me, not anymore, because that's not what I knew about him. That's not what the media talks about. Okay? Now let's talk about Meghan. You all want to know about Meghan. Who's Meghan? Where did she come from? How come she got to be royalty now? Well, when I look at her code, I have to tell you that she is an incredible lady. She is. As you can see, her journey number is a 4. But her character, the day she was born, is also a 4. So she's very compatible with herself. But there's a little bit too much energy 4 here. What does that mean? Remember, the 4 is the end. However, her journey number is a 13. And 13, there's always something connected to that number 13, which makes 4. Now, what does this mean? It means that on the positive side, she's a builder. She's a worker. Like the end never stops, never stops, never stops. When you look at her potential, which is a 38 to 11, it's all about intelligence. It's all about vision, enlightenment, dreamer. So she can really work on her dreams. When I say a little bit too much energy 4 is that the negative will come out. And when it does, we have someone who can be very stubborn, dramatic, and saboteur. Someone will sabotage. While she's 36 now, she went through a divorce, as you know, or if you don't know, you know. This is not her first marriage. Women, and even men, I've seen thousands of people, so I can say this. 13 4s will have at least one divorce. So she had one divorce. Relationships remain a challenge for them. Now when I look at her code, she was born on the month 8, which is August. That is her first period of life. Remember 8, the lion. It's all about territory. It's all about making things happen, the boss. It's about abundance. When we put it together with a 4, she will build something for sure. Professionally speaking, she will have tremendous success. And she's very intelligent. Look, her worst enemy is herself. And if I was talking to her, I would say this to her. Your worst enemy is yourself. Because you're very, very good, one of the best at building, but also one of the best at destroying. So you really need to be careful with this, okay? So don't go sabotage. Don't sabotage. Now she's in her second period of life, which is the day she was born. So not only the character, the personality is a 4, she's also under a period 4. Structure, work, build, go somewhere, go somewhere. Now what is motivating her? The vowels of her name. The motivation is 9. Now it's very interesting. Her potential is an 11. And if you go back to Harry, his image, his outer personality, his inner desires was also an 11. So it coincides here. And when you go and check the potential of Harry, you will see that it matches the motivation of Meghan, which is a 9. Now when I said that these two could participate to a major shift, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. And again I repeat, the Harry we used to know died, is dead. A new Harry was born last Saturday. Now let's look at what influences Meghan. From 0 to 32, 3. But when you analyze Meghan, I also put a butterfly on Meghan. Remember 3, butterfly, beauty, expression. 1 with the environment, the sun. It's all about artistic, it's all about talent. It's all about the limelight too. So, she was born and raised on the energy 3. And I believe she's an artist or an actress. I don't know, I haven't checked, but I believe she's something like that. Now, from 32, 33 to 41, 42, she's under an influence 5. Now, there's a dynamic here. There's energy, curiosity. When you put a 9, when you put a 5 with a 3, what you get is the big sun. Big sun. Happiness. Being very optimistical, very positive, energetic. But she's challenged by the 3, which is, interesting. 3 is all about artistic, it's all about talent, it's all about expression, communication, it's all about beauty. Look at her. And then go see all the 3s, even Celine Dion, for example. Go see the 3s. There's something about them. So she is very much under the energy 3. I don't know the name of the lady who does whisper, or soul whisper, or spiritual whisper, something like that. Same thing. 13, 4, 3. But anyway, that's another case. She's being challenged by that which is her talent, which could lead her to scatter. Now, if she was my client, we would go together into this. Look, you are under the influence of the 5. At the same time, you challenge the 3. So, you can be very impulsive, you can scatter your energies, and that could majorly destabilize you. And she's 36, exactly. She got divorced. Because this began at 32. She got divorced. But she's got a few years to go until 41, 42. That, technically speaking, when you read the code, it would indicate, it would put a red light on a relationship, on a marriage. But when I read the entire thing as one and put them together, I don't see that. Technically, it says yes. Globally, it says no. Nevertheless, I'm not going to put a red light here, but I would put a yellow light. Okay? Don't take anything for granted. This is not guaranteed. From 41, 42 to 50, 51, she placed an 8 as an influence. So now she's got a lion. Okay? So first she had a butterfly, then she had a squirrel, now she has a lion. Wow. There's a lot of success. Financial success. Personal success. Major success here. There is. Whatever she's going to do, she's going to have a lot of success. Together with Harry, if they can join forces, he's a 1. She's a 4. That's what we call the journey number. Put together, you not only have projects, you have everything it takes to build them. And because her motivation is 9, his expression potential is 9, and she placed the 9 as the last pinnacle or last influence, and we placed a 4, well, guess what? It all indicates what I've been telling you so far, that they will create a major shift. Well, when I do the reading, the analysis, that's what it says. But when we talk about a shift, do you recall anyone in royalty getting married with someone who's divorced for the first time? Well, I don't recall, I don't remember. And then again, look what he did. Drinking, drugs, free bird. So that's a shift in itself. Buckingham has changed. Things are changing. They're shifting. And the Queen, that is a little old, that went through so much, she's going bananas. Oh my God, what the hell is going on here? Now, very nice lady. I have to say that. It's all about organization, it's all about work, it's all about needy. Very much so. Now, what else can I tell you? Well, the specific interests, like I said, it's also the 6, the puppy, family. First period of life is a lion, so she comes into this life as a lioness, moving into a period 4, which means whatever she came in to do and done will keep going, because the 4 is the steady. Remember the energizer? That's her. And then later on in life, she will move into an eagle. As you can see, her year of birth is 1981. 1981 makes 19, 19 makes 10, 10 makes 1. So her last period of life matches her husband, journey number. Now, when I do the overall reading, I call it intuitive reading, I see this match as a mission, a contract to come and shift the energy on Earth. I'm not saying that there's a lot of things wrong on Earth, which is easy to say. But I chose not to say that because I don't understand. See, I don't know what is actually right and actually wrong. I don't know. Because it's my perception. Sometimes that which appears to be wrong leads to right. And that which appears to be right leads to wrong. So, I don't know. One thing I know, this world needs change, needs a shift. Our oceans are full of plastic. The difference, see, the equality between humans is so far apart. The technology and so on. So there's a new energy. Some people call it the age of Aquarius. I do believe that Aquarius is all about transparency. It's all about now you see clear. It's all about truth. One thing that, see, he was born the 15th of September. Okay? And before I go any further, I'm going to go back to him. When you look at his expression number, his potential, in other words, I didn't tell you, but it's when you add the entire name, it gives you one total. In this case, it's a 54, 5 and 4 is a 9. And when you have a 9 expression, a 9 potential, and you are born in the month 9, there's a drama. You will go through a drama that you will never forget. And we know what that is, or what that was. His mother. A beautiful soul, very spiritual, that passed the way we kind of know. Because I don't believe we know the whole truth, but the truth is she died. So that's the drama that appears in the 9 in his case. Because he hasn't yet passed his birthday, we have to put here 2017. See, the day is the same, the month is the same every year that he celebrates his birthday, but the year changes. So it's 2017. She was born the 4th of August. And because she hasn't yet passed her birthday, we have to count 2017 as well. 5 and 1 is 6, 9 remains 9, 7 plus 1 plus 2 is 10, which is 1. Here we have a 4, we have an 8, and we have a 1. So, Harry got married in the year 1607. That's not a year to get married. Not a good year to get married. But when we read and analyze the entire code, like I told you before, he's very connected to his mother, which is she was a 16-7, and Harry is a 16-7. And the vowels of his name add to 16-7, which is his motivation. So obviously there is a touch. I don't know if you believe in that kind of thing, but there's a touch from his mother, from his mother's soul, his mother's spirit. So I would say this is a good year for him to get married. Now I'm going to erase, and now I want to share with you something very interesting, okay? She was born the 4th day of August, 1981, okay? And right now, she is within 4/8. As I said, and I repeat, the day and the month never changes. Every year you celebrate on the same day, on the same month, but the year changes. She is in 2017 until August. We have a 4, we have a 4, we have an 8, we have an 8, we have a 1, we have a 1. Because 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 1 equals to 19. 19 is 10, 10 is 1. We have 13, 4, 13, 4. What does this mean? It's a rebirth. She's being reborn as we speak. So this is another indicator that this union, this marriage, is meant to last. And if it doesn't, because sometimes you can, sidetrack, get off your journey, get off your path. And if you don't believe it, well, look around you. There's a lot of people suffering, there's a lot of people sick, there's a lot of accidents, there's a lot of. Why? People got off their path. Because when you are on your path, everything works beautifully. Okay? See, it's like you designed, you planned a mission, and you're just following the road. If you get off that road, what happens? You're lost. So this relationship, her getting into royalty, is meant to last. And the reason has nothing to do with them. From what I'm standing, and when I read both together and analyze every aspect, it is for the world. And again, I repeat, they have better chances of making a big shift than I do. Because I'm not royalty. See, it is easier for Bill Gates to initiate something like that than I. You understand what I'm saying? Good. So definitely a rebirth here. That is a huge indicator. Huge indicator. Together, they will do good. They have the same focus, because what he has in his numbers, she has in her numbers. The 9, the 6, wanting to help. The angelic. Oh, I know that you're going to say, Antonio, but you didn't read the challenges. Okay, so I'm not doing a reading, really. I'm sharing a bit of it with you, because the reading can last very, very long. Her challenge, the first challenge, from 0 to 32, she's challenging her own journey number, which is a 4. Now, 4, it always indicates problems with work. But in her case, the problems with work. Because see, if she's a journey 4, and if she's a character 4, automatically she's a hard worker. So what is the challenge for here? It's obvious. She works too much. It's all about work. It's all about work. It's all about work. It's all about work. Make no mistake about it. If I was talking to her, I'd say, Meghan, you really have to lay down your schedule, because all you do is work. And being born on the month 8, this just stamps it. It's all about work. And you will create some kind of a deficit somewhere else. Because no matter how you stretch things, a day is 24 hours. Will never be 30. So that passed already. She's 36, so she's kind of on a new. And what's her challenge now, the 3. Remember I told you, so the 3 is about scattering. Well, I believe I spoke about that, yeah. And the 3 is about scattering, and then we have the 1, which is about feeling interesting. She has a challenge 1 as a 3rd challenge at the same time as Harry. See? Same thing. Which is a huge indicator here. Okay, so if they're both challenged by the 1, which is my independence, my being, my leadership, my I is being challenged. So if they do move into big things like building foundations or going and helping, I don't know, whatever they will do in that, they will be so much involved in work, so much, that they feel kind of handcuffed during that period. And then she moves into a challenge 7. Well, she's far from being 50-51, but you know, it comes fast too. Now, what is this challenge? What is this challenge about? You need to do some connections here. You have the grid of Pythagoras, and you see the 3, 5, 7 empty. So that means she has, although very spiritual, she does not have a clear understanding of spirituality. That's what the grid of Pythagoras says. And when we go into the last challenge and we see a 7, that confirms it. Okay, motivation 9. So she's motivated by helping people, by transforming lives. Expression, potential 11. Visionary, humanitarian, enlightenment, spirituality. And then a 9 as last pinnacle. 9 is all about spirituality, it's all about philanthropy, it's all about humanitarian, the Mother Teresa. So where's the problem? How come she has a challenge 7? How come the 3, 5, 7 is empty? Well, I can tell you why. Because in her vision, she sees injustices. She sees this world suffering. So her spirituality is being questioned. Why does this happen? Why are people so cruel? She needs to understand that there are levels of consciousness, there are levels of evolution, human evolution on Earth. And this is why we say the master stays or remains indifferent to life, indifferent to death. Because both are an illusion. Now if you understand this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of human evolution on Earth. This is primitive. This is the obedience. My God, my country, my. This is the ego. This is union. This is avatar. Avatars are the transporters of light. Union is, or those who don't see black, white, they simply see beings. So there's different levels on Earth. And you cannot take people from here and bring them over there. Because many lives are lived in each one of them. So our problem, challenge with their spirituality is due to the lack of understanding that everything is what it needs to be when it is. So when I look around me, I see the divine plan in motion. And we are not all the same age, spiritual age. Well, I wanted to do this reading, share it with you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any comments, just write underneath. And I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you very much. This is António speaking.